What is change? It can be the birth of a color out of darkness. It can be a color. It can be a shape. Or it can be lines. Change can be violent or peaceful. Change is interesting, even vital, because it is always a part of our lives. Nature is forever altering the world around us. The seas of centuries engrave ever new designs. Rivers carve new vistas and sometimes change history. There is the continual change of seasons. Insects evolve. Flowers sprout and bud and blossom. The never-ending change of nature affects us. But even more important, we affect it. For man changes nature and the social envelope in which he lives. Yet man lives uncomfortably with change. Discard this, retain that, make it grow. Tear it down. Build it up. Scrape it. Smooth it. Rip it up. No wonder that we treasure and take comfort in the seemingly unchanging.
Good morning, Mountain.
We tend to fear and resist change, even though we know there will always be change. And yet, as a counterbalance, there is a secret strength given to all men, the blessing of the constant heart.
Honey, hold the baby while I heat the formula.
Will you say good morning to my Mountain? Hmm? After keeping me up half the night, the least you can do is say hello to my Mountain.
Here is change, but a curious sort of continuity, too. For this is a building block of civilization. But wait, is he civilized? Born in the darkness of a jungle, would he grow up to study law or even arithmetic? Do centuries really make a difference? He could have been born at any time. Take a date, any date. How about June 1889, June 4th?
It's been a long day.
Tired?
A little. Supper about ready?
Pretty soon. Anna's setting the table right now.
Well, I finally got that lower field plowed. We can start planting tomorrow. Say, that reminds me, where's Tom? He's been missing most of the afternoon.
Well, he's been working pretty hard for you lately, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, he works all right, as long as I keep badgering him.
Well, I let him sneak off to go fishing.
Well, I hope he catches something. Nice fat trout would taste pretty good.
Well, we'll soon know. Sounds like our son now. Anna, you about finished?
Yes, Ma. Tom, stop that! Hi, Annie. Hello, Pa. Ma, look.
Going all afternoon, that's all you caught? What were you doing?
Oh, well, they weren't biting very good. And, well, I got to looking at the clouds. Did you see them today? The clouds, I mean. Golly. I saw a whole castle, a big white horse.
Did you take care of the horses?
and a black witch and...
Tom!
No, Pa. But I'll do it right after supper.
You'll do it right now before supper. Then take care of that big catch of yours.
Be sure and wash up, dear, and then we'll have supper.
And be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
More coffee, dear?
Yes, please. Did you see the paper?
I glanced at the headlines. Oh, my, that's an awful flood in Johnstown, isn't it?
What caused the flood?
Sure is. Over the whole Pennsylvania Valley.
How deep did the water get?
Says here maybe 10,000 people died.
Oh, goodness.
Could we have a flood like that here? Golly, it could...
Hey, hold it. Here. Read it for yourself. Anna, clear the table for your mother.
Can't Tom help for once?
I'm reading. Pa, what's a dynamo?
A dynamo. I thought you were reading about the flood.
It was too long. It says here that the electric company started up a dynamo in Oregon City last night and lit the lights in Portland.
Well, I guess a dynamo makes the electricity. Or maybe pushes it through the wires.
I see. I saw the wires. They're running along the river. Do you think we could have an electric light in our house, Pa?
Someday, maybe.
Golly, maybe someday everybody's house will have electric lights. Huh, Pa?
Don't be silly. You're such a Mr. Know-it-all, aren't you?
I know some things.
Then why don't you help with these dishes?
I know you're wearing a yellow garter, and I know that
What's a yellow garter?
Why in the world are you wearing a yellow garter? For heaven's sakes, Anna, you're only 15.
What, may I ask, is a yellow garter?
It's a...
You be quiet.
Oh, it's a silly superstition that if you wear one yellow garter, you'll be married or engaged within 6 months.
Oh, Mother.
But, Anna, I don't understand why you're wearing one. Surely you can't
It
expect...
doesn't mean anything, Mother. All the girls are wearing them. Everybody.
And that was reason enough for you.
You don't understand, Father. And you're nothing but a little snitch.
Now, that's enough. Clear the table. Both of you.
Those kids.
Oh, they're all right, really.
I know. I know. It's just that things seem so different than they were when I was a boy. Their roses are pretty. I guess what we really need is one of those electric lights to shine on them, huh? You know, you really ought to enter them in Mrs. Pittock's Rose Show. Why don't you? They'd take a prize, I know.
Well, for the same reason, I guess, that you don't go down and meet all the boats that come up the river. There are simply other things to do. Oh, yes. I know how you like to talk of faraway places.
If I want to buy that 60 acres of Logan's, I've got to have a good crop this year.
We will.
It's worth the effort.
I know. And many of the things I have to do around the house seem mighty worth the effort, too.
It always seems there should be something more.
Perhaps. Perhaps. But this is the way it is.
Yes, this is the way it was. Or, in a larger sense, still is. For things change. But people, not really. Within them, there is a constancy. Take another family, another time of stress and strain. Take November 1933.
Hi.
Hello, dear.
Oh, you look tired.
A little. It's been a long day.
How do things look?
Business? How does a stock clerk tell? Oh, I don't know, Beth. All right, I guess. Sales are up. That's encouraging.
Well, good. Or at least it sounds good to me.
Vitally interested in the nation's economy these days, huh?
Well, it's just that,
I know. I'm just teasing. You've done a great job managing the house and what I make. Come on, relax for a minute.
That reminds me, Jim, I was wondering if
You know, honey, 5 years ago, if anyone had told me that I'd be afraid of losing a stock clerk's job, I'd have laughed in his face.
But this isn't 5 years ago. It's 1933.
I know, but it just galls me to be scrambling and clawing and scared. Another year like last one. Just to hang on to the job of a stock clerk.
Yes, but the best stock clerk in Portland.
That's my bet. Just Portland? How about the whole country?
Well, that too.
Where are the kids? I'm hungry.
Now, you listen to me, Jim Norwood. I don't care how bad things get. We're not going to eat the children. Betty's been over at Joan's house all afternoon. They're making their dance dresses over for the school prom. Frank's been working. Oh, and the baby's been very good. I've had a real vacation.
Frank's working?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Remember those number stencils you brought home?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Frank had an idea, and I bought him 2 cans of paint and put him in business.
Oh, what's he doing?
Stenciling the addresses on the curbs in front of houses at 50 cents per address.
Say, you know that's pretty good for a 12-year-old. How's he making out?
Fine. He's paid me back and has $4 already.
That means he's made $6. Beth, I don't want him taking charity money from the neighbors. They can't afford it any more than we can.
That's the best part of it. He's decided to work on streets where he's not known. He's giving a good money's worth.
Say, you know that's all right.
I thought so. Incidentally, will you negotiate with him when he gets home?
What for?
Well, I want him to do our address for a quarter, but he says we have to pay the same as everyone else. I don't think that's fair, do you?
Try offering him 10 cents a number. You'll save a dime.
That's a good idea. You think he'll do it? Hi, Mom. Hi, dear. Hi, Pop.
Well, hi, working man. How's business?
Fine.
How did we get here? To this era of the all-important dime. Bread, 10 cents a loaf. Milk, a dime a quart. Meat, 10 cents a pound. 10 cents a dance. Saturday matinee, kids a dime. Gasoline, 10 cents a gallon. And, brother, can you spare a dime? Let's go back to the tintype era and see. The pace was quickening. The land was growing. The movement west continued, but for different reasons. It was less a fight for civilization, more a development of commerce. A new breed of mountain men carved their mark upon the land. Not beaver pelts, but water, for irrigation and for electric power, spurred them on. Pa bought Logan 60 acres. Electric lines grew to meet the demand from the city, where new lights recorded names, goods, and services. Window shopping was born. And industrial pioneers invested in the future to manufacture convenience and gracious living. A war proved our place in the world. A fleet served as a reminder. We were a world power. Industry created the trend to urbanization, and unknowingly, the countermeasure was introduced. Suburbia was on the way. Ever faster, events drastically changed thinking, attitudes, and the individual roles within the family. It was a time of bust, but also a time of new beginnings.
How's that coming along?
I'm almost finished. I'll see Enright again tomorrow. You see, Beth, the way this works out, with the loan from Enright, I can open my own store, run it for a year, and take out $30 a week. Then it's up to me.
But what about improvements? Or trouble?
We gamble.
That's what I've been thinking. Jim, wouldn't it be easier if I went back to work for Dr. Benson? I could, you know.
Well, I know you could, but... Yes, Beth. It would help a great deal. How about the children?
Oh, I can arrange that. They'll be in school most of the time. You concentrate on the business, and I'll handle the kids.
Okay. But I promise you, it'll only be for as long as it has to be.
It's such a big change. If anything should go wrong, I couldn't stand to see you in the lines. Or along the streets with all those nameless men.
Now, don't you worry about that. No matter what happens, we'll be all right. I know my name.
But there were many less fortunate who, for one reason or another, had lost their identity. Big changes were needed to let men again speak their names with certainty. It took a war. Then individual enterprise went to work and proved itself again. And in the struggle, individuality continued to grow. And we are still in the middle of change.
I'll take the Tiger now. Is breakfast ready? You better get with it, too. Boy, there you go.
Well, good morning yourself.
Too bad about you. Your daddy's a nut. You want some breakfast? Now, here you go. Now, this time, please, just the milk. No air. Oh. Peggy, Jeff, snap it up. Breakfast ready.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jeff. Peggy ready?
She's still in the bathroom.
Peggy, come on. Breakfast ready. Honey, you're late.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Peg.
What do you mean late?
I've got my washing done already. You must be late.
You're speedy. What's the rush? You got another big day?
Well, first some ironing, then a quick cleanup, then downtown. It's club lunch today, remember? Oh, I told you. Then late this afternoon, the special committee meeting at school to set the plans for the PTA dinner.
Sounds like we don't get dinner.
It's already in the oven, and I have it set for 6:30, and I want everybody here.
I've got Little League practice this afternoon.
Practice? Already?
Oh, well, I got a reporter. I won't get a chance to make the team. Ask Mr. Harris. He'll tell you.
No doubt. How about...
I've got charm school this afternoon. I told you last week. This is our second lesson. We're learning how to walk.
Jeff? What time will you finish?
Oh, about 5:30, I guess.
Oh, well, good. Greg, maybe you can pick her up on your way home.
Oh, and tonight I'm going over to Marion. She's going to do my hair.
Oh, that reminds me. I've got my woodman's test tonight over at Mr. Newell's. I'm supposed to be there at 7:30.
Well, you get home on time after practice, and you'll make it easy.
Oh, and Dad,
Yes?
the Little League team needs a sponsor. Do you think your company would sponsor us?
They might. I'll see what I can do about it.
Hey, neat.
How about your day?
Mine? Well, I thought I might go to work and come home. How's that for sheer excitement?
Bye. And don't forget, straight home after practice.
Oh, say, with both Peggy and Jeff going out tonight, how about seeing a show?
Oh, I'd love it. I'll see if I can get Janie Hansen to babysit. How late will you be at Marion's?
Well, it's Friday.
All right, we'll pick you up on the way home from the show, okay?
Okay. Gotta rush. See you later.
Bye, honey. Well, that was a soulful sigh.
I've got to start looking for it more carefully. I know it's around here somewhere.
Looking for what?
The brass ring. Every good merry-go-round has one.
Does it seem like that to you? Like a merry-go-round, I mean?
I'd rather think of it that way than as a treadmill. I have to go. Bye, dear.
Bye, dear.
Where goes the family today? In all directions, it seems. It is not easy to look ahead and see the strength of growing individuality. Looking backward is disquieting, too. The image of our forebears looms tall. They seem so strong, so calm and sure, so eager. Did they have doubts and fears? Of course they did. And does their future always fit our present? Of course not. So we tear down, revamp, revitalize, and rebuild. And this is their greatest gift to us, the heredity of change. An example of far-reaching and beneficial change is our increasing use of electricity. It has given us Herculean strength to shape our world. It has made our work easier. It has demanded increased knowledge and responsibility. It has given us more leisure. Families play together now as never before. Many times we play in waters which tomorrow will power the turbines to dry our clothes and cook our food. We have more time. We have more resources. We have more freedom. We have more doubts simply because many times we don't consult the constants within us. Constants that forge such dreams and then create the reality. Any change for the good must come from the constant heart within us. A constancy composed of simple strength and human values of unlimited resource. There is love and concern and faith and sharing. There is seeking and searching, a quest and a feeling for independence. And always there is an eye turned inward, a concern for. There is ambition and drive, a willing responsibility, fortitude, and a bomb of humor. Each of us has these values to draw on. They are our true heritage. We need not face away from change. Amidst unceasing change, this core of us is the individuality that lets us test and temper the whirlwind of growth. Our constant heart is a treasure we pass on, to weigh the values of today and appraise the certainties of tomorrow. For there will be change. But in evaluating our constant heart, yesterday is experience from which we learn. Tomorrow is hope to which we aspire. And no matter what the change of night, we can embrace the challenge of the dawn.